Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Sama. So in today's video I want to discuss something that I think a lot of us, I would like all of us to rub minds, but I'm going to speak my opinion as always. And you know, sometimes you think about a story according to how you've experienced it. In this situation, I want to use my experience to discuss this topic, and discuss this topic to help people to see this thing in a different way. At the end of the day, like I keep saying, it's your choice what you want to apply, but you can look at somebody's experience and say, oh, that makes sense, or whatever, it doesn't make sense, whatever. I want to use my experience, you know, to discuss this topic. Idebia, a lot of you will know her. She's the wife of a Nigerian singer they call Two-Face. Innocent Idebia, that is the guy's real name, but he's known as Two-Face. So it was her birthday recently and she celebrated, and I'll read you guys her post, right? She made a post, and the first slide on Instagram, the first slide said chapter 37, meaning she's now 37-year-old. She said grateful heart, November 13th. And then the next slide, she then put how it started, how it's going. And she put a picture of herself and her husband when they got married and how they are now. Now, like I said, it's my opinion. I'm not forcing my opinion on anybody. It's my opinion, and I want us, both men and women, to use it to think. Now, this is her birthday, and she's celebrating her birthday, and then she's saying how it started, and she put her wedding picture. Her wedding picture has nothing to do with her birthday. Her husband and her, they don't share the same birthday. And she said how it's going. The point I'm driving home, in case I forget to actually get to the point later, is people realizing who they are as individuals. Marriage is a beautiful thing. As a husband, as a wife, our marriages are important, they are beautiful and all of that. But sometimes, a lot of us, especially women, they lose themselves. They forget about who am I? Don't let your marriage be all you are. This is her birthday, right? It's a beautiful post to show how it was going and how it is now, their marriage. Let it be marriage anniversary. This is suggestions, right? Marriage anniversary or whatever, you know. But your birthday should be a time for self-reflection on you as an individual. I will do my best to make sure I make myself very clear. Although there are some people that no matter how I try, they never get my message. But for those that would get it, right? If your husband is what you celebrate on your birthday, what then do you celebrate on your wedding anniversary? In many years to come, naturally, by God's grace, we all live long, and the husband is gone. So how are you going to celebrate your birthday? You see, this is how it started. What will you show then? His gravesite on your birthday? Your birthday is something that was with you from the day you were born and will be with you till the day you die. Let's say your husband left you for another woman, and you are using him to celebrate your birthday. How would you celebrate it? God forbid. I'm not praying for anybody's marriage to break up, but I'm just saying it. If your husband left you tomorrow for another woman, and he's the one you're using to celebrate birthday, how will you celebrate the birthday when he's not there? Your birthday is yours. Was with you from the day you were born to the day you die. I sat down one day and I said, there's only one person that was with you the day you were born and will be with you till the day you die, guaranteed. And that is yourself. Even if you're twins born the same day, you don't exit at the same time. As in you didn't come out of the womb at the same time. And what are the chances of twins dying on the same day, at the same time? You are with you from the day you were born to the day you die. My point is this: a lot of us lose ourselves in people, caring for others. Like my job as a nurse, sometimes you can actually become so absorbed in caring for other people that you let yourself go. Mentally and otherwise, your patient dies and it messes you up in the head. Your patient has other problems, you carry it and you go home, you think about it, you wake up. Sometimes you have to learn to separate for your own mental health, for your own well-being. Even as a mother, sometimes we carry this mothering thing so much. We don't spend time and ask ourselves, how are we doing? There was a day I looked at myself in the mirror and I said to myself, how are you? It sounds crazy, but I did. I asked myself, how are you? You know, we all see each other on the street, how are you? Those are just greetings. We don't actually, a lot of the time we don't mean the question. I asked myself in the mirror and I met the question, and the answers, I just started crying. The answers that I gave myself, honest answers about how I was, I started crying because I knew at that time I was carrying on so much. We don't take time to look after us as individuals. I'm not talking about being selfish, you don't care about people. Let me tell you why it's important. Especially, for example, as a parent. Oh, my children, my children, my children. And you don't spend time to look after yourself. If you break down, let's say, for example, you had a stroke. How are you going to be there for your children? If you had a stroke and maybe you're paralyzed, God forbid, one side. You see why it's important to look after yourselves. You see, when you have a car and you're like, oh, driving up and down, school runs, like you don't service the car and the car breaks down. You spend money to fix it or whatever, you buy another one. But if you don't look after yourself, take time to reflect on you as an individual, not you as a married woman, you as a mother to children, you as a nurse, you as a this, you as an individual. Make sure, just like you service your car, look after it and make sure it's running well so that it can always do what you need it to do. Look after yourself so that you can be well physically, mentally, emotionally, in every way, so that you will be the best that you can be to be there for these people. I wanted to address that. Don't ever make a man all you have. Ever. Let me read the rest of her post before I say the rest of what I want to say. Then her post, she said, it's a brand new chapter for me. I would really love to start it on a clean slate. This year has been a lot. So much blessings and pain. My hands are shaking as I type this. I let a lot of people down, especially the people close to me. The last 10 weeks have been the worst of my entire life. I want to stop here because I may forget to address it. For anyone that does not know, the last few weeks that we know about, there was her husband traveled to the US, and she came on social media screaming and crying that her husband had gone to America to be with a baby mama. The husband has a baby mama that had 3 children for him, and she was upset and all of that, and that the husband's family does not treat her right and all of that. So for those that don't know, so she now said the last 10 weeks have been the worst of her entire life. So her marriage problem was so bad that it became the worst problem of her entire life. You understand? We, as in human beings, men, women, whatever, don't ever give anybody the powers to mess with your entire life. The entire of the 37 years, the actions of others gave her such a terrible time in her entire life. It makes you think about the power you give to others. I'm not coming here to say we are robots, but I'm saying that we as human beings, we work on ourselves to become stronger. Because if we're not careful, if our happiness depends on people, then they have the power to destroy us. They have the power to give us the 10 weeks that are the worst 10 weeks of our entire life. Let's develop ourselves, and not men and women, to the point where we don't give somebody keys to our happiness. I'm not coming here to say I know it all, but I'm saying from what I have experienced. And when I read this, I knew what she was talking about. Because I know when I had marriage problems, you know, when my husband had an affair. So I know what she's talking about. But I snapped out of it. I said, how did I get to the point where he is my happiness? He was my happiness. I learned from that. And that experience changed me for life. I still believe in love. Oh, I believe in love. But I do not want to ever let anybody have the power to make me miserable. For somebody to ever have the power to make me feel like there was nothing else left in this life. I worked hard until I achieved it. You understand? Let me read the rest of what she said. The last 10 weeks have been the worst of my entire life. Yes, the worst since I was born. She re-emphasized. Not something that she did or whatever. What other people did. Don't give people powers to your happiness. Right? And then she said, I have gone from being so angry to being so broken. I'm back to anger. And then, sadly, which I am ashamed to admit, suicidal. I keep emphasizing. I'm not saying I know it all. I'm trying to share what I know. Comment section. Because she ended up not doing it. Another woman may end up doing it for real. When I read that, I felt her pain. I don't know this girl. I'm getting emotional. I don't know this girl. Oh my God. Give me a second. I don't know her in real life, but I did feel her pain. And I just felt like I needed to make this video. Don't give anybody the powers to destroy you. Never in your life. Because let me tell you, if she had done what she was thinking of doing, it's her life that would have ended. Like I said, who was with you from the day you were born and will be with you till the day you die? Yourself. Even your children can fail you. Your husband can fail you. Everybody else can fail you. Look after yourself. Don't give anybody the powers to make you want to end your life. There are women that have done it because of a man. There are some men that have done it as well. This may look, some people be like, oh, don't talk about other people's life, blah, blah, blah. I always say it. I say these things. I make these videos so that we can learn from other people's lives. And we can become stronger from other people's stories. Let me keep reading, because I keep stopping because I don't want to forget what I want to address. And then she said, I have acted so badly in a way I am not proud of. I allowed my emotions cloud me. I allowed my emotions to lead me into making bad decisions. I allowed my anger and emotions to make me act on something that wasn't true, because I was kept in the dark. Instead of remaining calm before acting, I'm just reading the way she wrote it. Instead of remaining calm before acting, I want to apologize to my husband, who is innocent. I am so sorry I threw you out there like I did. In bracket, so unwise. That isn't the kind of woman you married. Totally sorry for all the mental stress and heartbreak I caused you. So sorry I put both our families out there the way I did. I still be your small Leo, as in small Leo. To my beautiful mothers, my amazing mother and my beautiful mother-in-law, I am so sorry I let both of you down. No mother should go through the kind of pain that you both felt. I am really sorry. In bracket, she said, I am still your baby. I am far from perfect, but I have decided to choose peace. I want to do better, given the chance. To both my families, the Macaulays and the Idebias, I am sorry for all the pain and disrespect towards both families. Please forgive me. Now, if you throw away una pikino, to all my 7.1 plus family out here, thank you for still standing and supporting me and my brand. To all the brands that are working with us, thank you for still sticking with your unkoyo. To the ones we are in talks with, I appreciate. To my big brother and friend Efe Morebe, I am so sorry. To my manager Father Kemi, thank you for your patience and for sticking by. To my online in-laws, where I carry my matter come give, thanks for all the love, the bashing and rebuke I have learned. I no go do again. All I want for my birthday is peace. Annie Macaulay Idebia. So that's what she posted. I wanted to share it because I always said when I see something that is out there, I say to myself, is there something that I have to share? Is there something that I have to contribute? And then I come and share it. So in this whole situation, although I made the video before where I said when you bring your matter on social media will discuss it. When she had the problem, she came and discussed it. Social media put mouth. Some support, some did not support. I had my own video I made about it as well. But the area I decided to focus on in this one is the fact that a lot of the time we make the mistakes of expecting other people to be in charge of our happiness. You should work on yourself. Work towards achieving our goals and our happiness or whatever. Your children will grow up and leave. Marriages are amazing, but marriage can end. I'm not saying it will end, can end. If your children is all that your life is about and your children have gotten married and moved on, what will you do? What will you do with your life then? If your husband is the only reason why you breathe oxygen, what will happen if, God forbid, he leaves you tomorrow? What is left? I want to share, because I said, I felt what she wrote because I know what it is like to feel like that. I made a video where I shared my marriage story. I remember, when I found that my husband had an affair, it broke me because that man was everything to me. When I say, I'm not even joking, that man was everything to me. Nothing else. The way you love. So mothers love their children more than their husband. Is a lie. I loved him. Loved, past tense. Loved him more than I loved all my children. I couldn't stay away from him. We had a situation whereby the plan was I come abroad and he stays in Nigeria. When I get settled down and everything, then he would come and join me. When we were staying apart, I couldn't stay without him. I would cry. I would call him crying because I wanted to go back. I wanted to be with him. He was the happiness in my life. He was everything. This is not exaggeration. I was young too. I met I met him when I was 21, and so I was young when this whole thing was going on. But when he had an affair, I saw the effect it had on me. You know when they say forgiveness, that's one thing. Forgiving and forgetting, they are not the same. You can choose to forgive, but to forget is hard. Only God can wipe it clean. It's so hard. I'm being 100% honest with you guys. It's so hard to forget. Because although we're living in different countries, a part of me felt like, oh, he did it because I'm not around. He wanted to spill his juice. I made a video, like you guys can check it out. Some of you must have seen the videos. But it did break me so much. And I remember in one of my videos, I also discussed it in one of my videos when I said, when we're living abroad, a lot of women will be saying, they always worried about their husband in Nigeria. He must be this, he must be sleeping around, whatever. I used to brag like, no, my own can never do that. Never. He loves me, he can never do that. And I was like, God, see that if it's not picking. And truly I was. A lot of people were like women in their 30s, and I was like maybe 24 or something like that. I was still kind of young, But I never believed he could do it. And when it happened, it broke me so much. That is when I realized the power somebody else can have in your life. I chose not to ever give anybody that kind of power in my life again. Let me tell you something about when your trust is broken. You know what they say about a broken vase? If you break a vase, you can glue it together, tape it together, whatever you do to that vase, it can never be exactly the same. You may still have a vase, it can never be the same as it was before. That's what happens when trust is broken. That break of my trust made me, you see me, when they say, give your heart to somebody, I gave it. Give it. When I say give, all like this, boom, I dash. But after that, what I do now is that I give my heart to, but I'm holding on to it small. If you try to break it, I will pull it back for my safety. Now, person, when you carry everything, give, now you go get the power to throw it and break it. But when you give it and I'm holding it to one side, any baga, I pull it back for my own safety. There are men that have gone and drank otapia because their wife left them. It's not only women. You have to learn that your life is an individual life. Love your husband, love your wife, love everybody. But when you be careful not to be so vulnerable to the point where you want to end it. Don't ever allow anybody be the reason why you are alive. If they do anything to you, it's enough for you to feel like your life is no longer worth living. Don't ever give anybody the kokoro to your happiness. Don't do it. This is where people misunderstand. I'm not saying don't love. Love. But protect yourself. Look inward and look after yourself. You can't trust everybody to always do it right. You understand? Don't let your happiness be dependent on somebody else. You understand? To the point where if that person becomes the reason why you no longer want to be alive, it's not worth it. This video may look as if, but it is the truth because it has happened to a lot of women and men. Anyways, long story short, this is my message. When I read that was what, it broke my heart, to be honest with you. But I felt myself, I need to make a video and address it because a lot of people need to learn this thing. The importance of knowing that you are the only one that would be, the only one that have been with yourself from the day you were born and that will be with you till the day you die. Look after you. Anyways, that's how I feel about it. And as always, whatever your opinions are, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.